Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sean from TechTrain Solutions with episode 4, where we're going to talk about our silly ideas as when we were apprentices or even when we're starting our job, stuff that almost got us fired. We're going to dive deep into different paths that you almost got rid of your job because you made that mistake. We're going to expose apprentices' disasters, brain fart moments, and job site mistakes that literally we're lucky to be employed today. That's what we're going to talk about. And for those who are in the jobs that are AI specific that are going away, I'm going to share jobs that you might be able to go into. There's not jobs, not just electricians for electrical work. There's plenty of different types of electrical work that is not strictly residential and commercial. So let's begin. Let's start with segment 1, Apprentice's Logic. Now, I told you the story when I was walking on the drywall. Well, I just came out of the United States Army. I did not know you couldn't do that. No one told me. They assumed I knew this. Well, when I got through that drywall, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm done with my job. I got a young family. I got to support them, and I'm just going to get fired. I am so done. Luckily, the guy, apparently he has a major temper. He flipped out at me. We got one of each other's faces. We both calmed down, and I was still working. Thank goodness, I was still working. There's other brain fart moments. There used to be something called, we would do the beginning rough part where you're roughing in a house from start to finish. You would do all the wiring, put new panels up. You'll put your cable, your internet, your Ethernet for phones, all over the place. This is what you would do during a rough part. That means all the studs are available. Nothing's drywalled. You are there working strictly to get the wires put in. Well, there's a few times that I forgot a home run to a circuit. I ran everything. I ran from the end all the way back to the last outlet, and I did not finish that. I completely forgot about it. Did it twice. I completely forgot about it. So the funny thing is that I did the roughing there for a moment, and then I went into the final work later on to the house. The final. Now, this is crunch time. Drywall's up, paint's up. The homeowner's just eating at the chance to get in that house, to start living their life, and I caused some slowdown. So what we had to do, we had special crew that were strictly there to fish wire from point A to point B without any issues. That is what they were doing. So they would come in. I'm working with the guy, very nice person. By the way, this person, he lived in I don't know the proper term. I apologize. Little person's home. His house, I'll talk about that in a second. So needless to say, I was working with him now. I was going out to the job site, and he wouldn't share how he would fish. He would keep it quiet. That's what a lot of people did back in the day, and probably now too, where they hide their specialties so you do not see it, and it keeps them important. So they're not going to share that information. So I'm trying to see how he's doing it. Oh my gosh, you should see it. It was amazing. He ran from the basement all the way to the second floor, and you could not find the holes. That was amazing. I still to this day have to do holes. It's not easy for me to fish. Definitely when you don't know the structure of the house. That's the tough part. You got to know the structure of a house to do a better job of fishing. Well, I've moved to commercial industrial, guys. I haven't done residential in many years. Now I'm back into it. TechTrain Solutions Technical Services. We're here for you. Oh, yeah. Residential, commercial, industrial in the Delaware County area, Pennsylvania. So that was a little plug. So needless to say, he did it. He ran it. He took care of it. Now, remember, I did this twice in my young career. Never as an apprentice, but mainly as a helper when I worked with that one company. It was horrible, right? I did the silliest things with them. That was one of them. Now, remember I told you, as apprentices, you are the food guy. You got to get the orders. You got to get everybody happy. If you mess up, you got to go back out and get it done. Well, guess what I did? I forgot the foreman's lunch more than a few times. And that foreman ended up becoming good friends of mine. Amazing person. I would work with him today if I could. Well, that causes chaos, man. He's all mad at me. I had to run out, go get his lunch, come back, and lunchtime was done. So he had to eat on the job. He was so pissed, dude. It took him a couple days to calm down. These are stuff that I thought I would have got fired. Falling through the drywall, forgetting the home run. Home run means that you're running from the panel to the first outlet or switch. Forgetting the lunch order. That is the stuff that I was, worried about. Now, on the other end, I've seen this person. This person gets fired. This person will get removed. This is the person that knows everything. You could be like a Superman at something, and he would be better than you. He would know more than you, right? This guy, Apprentice at this time, he was the person who knew everything, and he was not able to be taught. Now, that person we like to call Ike, or Tyke, his little brother. Ike is I know everything, and Tyke is I think I know everything. That person almost got fired. He fixed himself for a while until fifth year, and then he went backwards, and he started doing that again. But he's almost a fifth year. He's almost done. Problem with that is he'll be in the books. That's how union works. You'll be in the books, and someone's going to hire you. But once you're a pain in the butt, they'll get rid of you. So if you're an Ike or Tyke, remember that. Hold that back. Do not be a topper. Don't be better than everybody else. Like I told you, my last job, this person, Foo-Foo, who would take my stories and use it. You don't want to be that guy. Now, when I first started working in electrical, I never did this. I was an initiative guy, just out in the military. I did exactly what I'm told. I ran. I almost killed myself a few times, just ignored the pain. Now, you got the one person, and this happens in my class right now, currently. They carry one tool at a time. They got to run back to the truck, get another tool, come back. Whew, man. This person was doing this, and this is what non-union. He got pulled to the side, and he almost got fired. It's like, look, you're too expensive. You're just way too expensive. You need to go. This is the stuff. This is the apprentice's logic. Like I've been there as an apprentice. This is all the stuff. Now, let's talk about the other part, right? As apprentices, you get messed with. In the military, we used to do something called MAPS, had something called grid squares. And we would say, yo, soldier, I need a box of grid squares. So you run around looking for, you go to supply sergeant. Supply sergeant's like, look, I don't have a box of grid squares. But here's squelch oil. They need this too. Squelch oil. Squelch is the thing on the radio. So he makes squelch oil. So now he grabs squelch oil. The guy would take it to us and say, look, I couldn't find the grid squares, but here's squelch oil. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's top secret, dude. Oh my, what are you doing with that? Hide that. You can get in trouble, dude. Is there anybody around? We would scare. He would scare them, and he would hide it, and it was just funny. And then we just try to hold laughter back, and then we finally couldn't. We started laughing. And I'm like, what's so funny? Like, look, that's just a joke, buddy. When I first went active duty, I was reserves first, by the way. When I went active duty first time, they tried it to me. They go, Specialist Quinn, we need you to find rainbow paint. I'm like, oh, yeah, rainbow paint? Like, yeah, we need to find it. We need to buy within an hour. I'm like, okay, I'll look for rainbow paint. I knew they were messing with me. Remember, I was an apprentice first. I've been through the ringer. I've been like that. I've been in that spot like that. So what I do, I go up to my room. I go inside. I turn off the light. I put my alarm on for an hour, take a nap. I wake up, go down, say, I looked everywhere, man. I could not find this rainbow paint. I let them laugh it off, do all this. To this day, they probably think I just didn't figure it out. So they don't realize I want to run room with to sleep. You can tease me. It's all fun and good, but I'm coming back with you. I'm going to tease, or I'll do something just, hey, I got you. So, electricians, what we do is something called, yo, hey, this wire might be short. Why don't you go run to get the wire stretcher? Apprentice was like, I got it. Yep, I'm going to get the wire stretcher. Right? Wire stretcher. There's no such thing. But he'll be looking around. He's looking. He asks a bunch of people. He's literally 25, 30 minutes. You don't need him. That's why you did that. You just let him go out and look for a wire stretcher. He's looking. He's finding it. And the foremen's, journeymen's all mess them like, oh no, they borrowed it last week. We don't have it. Why don't you check so and so? So they're running around looking for a wire stretcher. And this apprentice was looking for, like, again, 25, 30 minutes. Finally comes back, said, look, the apprentice goes, look to the foreman. I looked everywhere. I cannot find a wire stretcher. They said they borrowed it last week. And everybody started cracking up laughing at the guy. Needless to say, that is this fun stuff we do in the job site. We razz, we mess around, we kid, we do things like that. That's what we do. Whew. Remember, in trades, you're working all day. Electrical work is not entertaining, so you do stuff that's fun and mess with each other. For example, there's times where they would put something in my vehicle. I don't remember what it said, but every time I'm driving, I get honked at. They're waving at me. I'm like, that's weird. Why are they honking at me? I'm like, hey, guys. And all day I'm driving like this. And I come back, they're honking again. I'm like, what the heck's this stuff? So, needless to say, I go inside. I'm talking to the guys. I'm like, man, guys, I was getting honked at all day long from women, men. It was so weird. Some weird people approached me. They started cracking up. They're like, Sean, you don't look in the back of your vehicle? I said, no, there's no reason to look in the back of my vehicle. In the back of the vehicle is a sign that says honk if you think I'm sexy, or honk if you want to go out with me. They both said that in there. And they were everybody was honking. Male, female, didn't matter. It was a fun time, is what it is. They got me. They got me good. Fun and games until someone's eyes are ripped out. But it was fun. There's a time in the military. I'll talk about another story, a fun ha-ha. Now, I have this lieutenant, Butter Bar, came out of West Point, and he's all excited. He's like, Specialist Quinn, how can I help? How can I help you out? What can I do? We're already done. We're kind of just messing around because we have to be in the motor pool. We can't leave, right? That's our duty station. So we got all the work done. We're done. We swept. Everything's clean. So I'm like, sir, oh my gosh, thank you for your help. I have this problem. These track vehicles have starting to get weak spots. It's an M113. If anybody doesn't know, it's a rectangle vehicle with tracks, right? It's a troop carrying vehicle. So I'm like, look, these have weak points. And the motor pool asked me, all these vehicles here, we have to mark those before end of the day. And I got to go lunch. I don't know what to do. It's like, well, how to do it? I said, well, you hit with the hammer very lightly. And if you hear a difference, that's probably a weak spot. What's it sound like? So I hit a spot that I know nothing's in it. Doot, doot, doot. Sounds good. Like, that is perfect. Hear this? That is possible weak spot. We might have to take care of it. So we did that. So I'm leaving. I go. He's all excited. So, thank you, Specialist Quinn. Thank you for helping me out. Oh, that's awesome. And I leave. I'm eating my lunch. In the military, I think hour and a half. So I go eat lunch quick. I go run upstairs, take a quick nap, run back to motor pool formation. Got to be there. I get out of formation. I go. All 5 vehicles have probably a crap load of white chalk marks all over the place. X's, question marks. And all my buddies, we start laughing, just start dying laughing. We're like, and the lieutenant's like, what's so funny? I'm like, come here, sir. And I took him inside. I said, the spot you're hearing is that right there. That's where the radio is. Oh, that's holding something. This is what you're hearing. We were just messing with you. I appreciate your help. He's like, he started laughing. He didn't take it. Took it cool, laughed with us. He got me once or twice. That was one time. Then he asked me again. I don't know why he didn't learn his lesson, but I was on the turret. Turret has bearings. So what you do with turret, you don't take it off. You have to pull it up. Well, he's asking me, how can I help you? I'm like, oh, sir, it's a pain in the butt. Maybe you shouldn't do this, sir. So oh, no, I want to help out. I'm like, sir, this is hard work. What I got to do is I got to rotate this turret 80 times and it pops off. It's like 80 times? I'm like, yeah, you have to go clockwise. If you go the other way, you'll tighten it up. So I go, I'll get that. No problem. And he's turning. He's turning. He's going crazy, right? And we're all like trying to haul after him. And he's finally like 40. He's like, oh, specialist, I don't know how you do this. I'm like, I don't. We all started laughing. We're like, sir, you can't tear it off that way. You got to take it off this way. He started laughing. He's like, you got me again. We did each other. We messed with each other. This is what we do. I became really good friends with this guy to the point where he met his future wife through me. I was good friends. I was a dancer. I could dance. I used to go to a club, take it over. And all these ladies from a nearby girl college near Fort Hood, Texas, I was friends with a lot of those ladies. They were almost like my sisters. So I always took care of them, watched out for them. And I got the future wife to meet this guy, and believe they're still married today. So we were good friends, and then you don't know this, but in the military, I cannot be friends with an officer. An officer cannot be friends with me. So our leadership sat us down and said, look, you got to stop the friendship. Why's that, sir? Because this is, friend, you cannot do this. I'm like, okay. So we stopped our friendship. We were good friends, too. We were real good friends. It was good times. So I'm going to continue. Sorry for the skits. Sorry for that. But let's talk about more about the apprentices. Uh-oh. Whew. You're spending as an apprentice, right? You don't know how to troubleshoot yet. And you're trying to help your journeyman. So what's happening, definitely me, when I'm a journeyman, I'm troubleshooting, and I ask apprentice to look at and do continuity tests on the circuit. And I'm going crazy. I'm like, how's it look down there? I'm not getting nothing. I'm like, not getting nothing. Really? So I'm looking, I'm touching. Okay, you touch the wires together and you get continuity, and he's not hearing and doing nothing. I go, what's going on? So I go all the way over there. It's really far, and I'm going there. He's having the wires instead of touching the copper. He's touching the installation, right? He's touching the installation together, not the wires. I'm like, yo, my gosh, dude, really? How long you been an apprentice? Oh, for 3 years. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, really? So I was telling him how to do it. I'm like, what's going on? Why didn't you know this? Well, I forgot because I just run conduit all my time. That's the thing. If you're going to get in this industry, don't become a one-trick pony. You become a one-trick pony, you're not going to be able to find work if something happens. You're going to stay that one-trick pony. So this guy was strictly conduit, forgot everything about electrical. I had to teach him from scratch electrical theory and all this because he forgot it. That is a brain freeze moment. All right. The other time is leaving early. As an apprentice, your job is to take the tools out and offload, not to be the first one out. Well, I've done that in the beginning. And I didn't do that for other reason than everybody else was doing it. So I'm like, all right, cool. Did not know my responsibility was to stay to load and offload. I did not know that because I was not the first year apprentice. It was a second year. Well, it became my task because the first year apprentice was working with someone else. He was busy till the very end. And I finally got that. But my foreman was pissed. I didn't get fired, but I thought I would because of that reason. So you got to be careful about the times too, because you, as an apprentice, you're before. Now, this is another time. We're doing residential, and we're just new to the industry. We're doing residential, right? The inspector's coming. So we got to be perfect. We got our safety stuff on. We're looking prim and proper. We're acting like safety's top priority. Before this, it wasn't. Remember, I stepped on a nail. That's still the way it was at that moment. But because the inspector come on, we put on act. We're like, we're super electricians now. We're doing everything right. We are actually holding a code book. We're like, look, we got a code book. We're good to go. We know what we're doing. Pretending to work carefully, not rushing, just putting those wires nice and neat, twisting, curling. Finally, stopping to use our downhole cutters, using the strippers instead, because I was told strippers too expensive. Now I use strippers today. But yeah, everybody's looking. Inspector comes in and says, how's it going? And the guy in charge, is the foreman or whatever, but he's like, oh, man, doing great. So, the safety is our top priority because we don't want anybody to get hurt. And the guy in the background, right? In the background, this journeyman, he's using his channel locks as a hammer. Using the tool improperly is not a safe style. But luckily, you have the inspector looking away from that guy using that. Ah, my camera's messed up. Let me fix that. Heck with it. So, let me see. There you go. I'll move that way. That's the guy's using a hammer. So the foreman and us, we're acting like putting a show up. We're showing the inspector how great we are, how safe we are. And the whole time when he leaves, we're back to being the roughnecks, running around like a nut, almost falling down out of the ceiling, almost stepping on nails, tripping over dirt everywhere because we're messy. Electricians are filthy animals, most of us. I'm not. I got better at it. Got bucket thing going. But we're filthy animals. We are the pit of the pit. The funny story is, oh, you're an electrician? Oh, you got to be a messy son of a gun. That is the story with us, right? That's what we are. So let's go move on to the next segment. We talked a lot about the apprentices. Now, let's see how much time I got. 21 minutes. We're going to talk about the customers' moments, right? This is going to be a rapid fire of customers and their darn sayings. One is, like I said before, can you do it cheaper? I've had that many times. My brother could have done this better. And can we keep the power on while you replace the panel? I've had that also. I'm telling you more things I'm told. Or if I helped you, would it be cheaper? Not very good. Then sometimes you get the helpful customer. You get that customer who wants to be helpful, wants to help you, doesn't want to make it cheaper, just wants to be useful. I'll get a flashlight and put it right in your eyes. It's like, oh, gosh, darn it. And you don't want to be mean. Just, oh, sorry, can you move it up? All right, thank you. And as you're working, it goes right back to your eyes. Oh, gosh, darn it, I can't see nothing. And the customer's helping you a lot. You're just blinded, but it's helping you a lot. I've had that helpful customer. Or they want to help pull wire. And they're helping pull wire. And then, they're all scratched up, cut up, bleeding. I'm like, what did you do? See, electricians, we know how to pull wire, trying to keep ourselves safe. These guys have no idea. They don't know when you pull wire, you keep tension on one side. What I mean by that is if you keep tension and the guy pushing in, it should go. Keep going on like that. That's how it works when you, let me fix this because it's driving me crazy. Why is let's get rid of, there you go. All right. All right, let's take care of this. I want to fix this real quick. Go back. Let me fix it. Got a nice camera. Oh, wrong way. Darn it. All right, looks good. Let's continue. So those are the customers. We have other customers with horror stories where they don't want to pay you. They want to get rid of you. They want to find ways to cheat you. So one of the things is, I know everybody don't trust contractors. Contractors can be untruthful. They can be ripping you off. But homeowners out there, you're just as bad. You, the homeowners, make most of us the way we are. When I first started working, I was an honest, respectful, and I try my best to help you out with pricing. But after getting ripped off all the time, I'm still honest. I'm still respectful. But you're not going to get a deal. Unless you're realtors. Realtors at this time in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, we're offering 10% discount for all realtors if you need support or help in finalizing your house. So just to let you know, quick little spit. Now let's talk with segment 4. For those who are struggling, who got laid off, who no longer have an employment because of the super AI taking over literally our world. Eventually, 10 to 20 years, I'll probably do my job. But for those who got laid off because of AI, or you get laid off because of your career, a lot of layoffs are happening because companies want their bottom dollar. They don't care about you. You're just a number. That is it. You are just a little thing is stopping them from giving their shareholders 2 more cents on their dividends. Well, Mr. Layoff Guy, I have great news for you. Now, for a limited time only, no, I'm just kidding. The great thing is, if you are a computer programmer, or you work in IT, or you're really good with computers, and also really good at figuring stuff out, I got a job for you. It's perfect. Computer programmers or IT or anything like that, I have industrial maintenance worker. Perfect. Because you, as an industrial electrician, you have to troubleshoot and find the problem. They have something called programmable logical controllers, right? You, computer programmers, you have all the other stuff. I don't know. I'm going to kill it. DOS, other stuff. You have that. With that background, you'll be amazing in the industrial maintenance working world. You have to learn electrical work, and that's fine too. That's why I have an 8-week course coming, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Electrical from basic to intermediate. But needless to say, industrial maintenance worker, what you do is your job is just to keep the machines running. A lot of the machines today have those PLCs where if you can see it visually in one time, that's fine. But if you can't, you go on the computer, you open it up, you check it, and see what's going on. That is awesome. Another career, which if you don't want to do that, because it is also doing a lot of manual, is process controls. You could be strictly a guy with a little screwdriver going in there and just tweaking something. A process controls person. That job usually gets paid more than an industrial maintenance person because you are getting paid for this. They want you to have this, not this, well, a little bit of this, but mainly this. That is a good job too, called process controls. Industrial maintenance is different, right? You're working on machines, you keep machines running. Process controls like refineries, chemical plants, pharmaceuticals, your main task is to make sure the process is good to go, that you're having percentage of this, percentage of that, making that product, including beer, right? Beer, you got to have so much percentage of so-and-so to make the perfect beer. So the process control guy is important. I keep saying guy, sorry. Females can do this too. Process person is doing this. Now, another job, if you like traveling, this right here, for those who are looking for a job change, and I'm not just saying IT, for anybody, but the thing is, you have to develop your mechanical aptitude. And that's why here at TechTrain Solutions, I'm offering an 8-week course in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, from basic to a little bit better than intermediate knowledge of electrical work. It's geared to residential, but if you get far enough ahead, I will slowly teach you commercial and industrial. Now, this job is called service technician. You will be working for a company that owns a piece of product or a piece of machine at a factory or refinery. Your job is to go to, this plant. For example, I'm going to give you an example, Linde Gas, right? Linde Gas, they produce hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. Their job is to go to refineries. One is to collect the hydrogen, oxygen, and stuff and supply it to hospitals and other places. They have a service technician. I went there to apply for a job. I was the #1 candidate. I definitely was thinking about it, but my travel time was 360 days a year. I did not want that, young kids. But if you like traveling, this be perfect for you. You'll get a vehicle, you'll get money, you'll get gas card, and your job is to go to this plant or whatever and fix that machine. You are the subject matter expert. And you know what the great thing is for the Linde Gas? Anyway, they teach you welding. So even if you're an electrician, you're great. Well, they teach you welding. This is another path that you can take that's really impactful to you in your life, right? It could be helpful, help you out. I got 2 viewers. Why don't you chat, guys? Say hello or something. All right, so that's what I'm talking about. These perfect jobs are out there for you. Service technicians. Oh, man, there's other ones like Dematic conveyor systems, right? They have crews that literally go from plant to plant, and they live on the road. They like that stuff. They love living on the road. They go in there and fix conveyor systems. Conveyor systems run the world, right? Without conveyor system, you cannot get your Amazon package as fast as you got them from a conveyor system. You could be the person working on that. And there's other jobs too. Not just that. Look, I'm just talking electrical, but there's also traveling welders. There's underwater welding. It's in Philadelphia, by the way, the school. Underwater welding, which you weld underwater. That is another job if you like that kind of world. Man, then you got machinist. Dying breed, by the way. Machinist is basically a piece of metal. Just think about it. A piece of metal that gets changed, right, into a part that works into something. Machinist or a CNC machine operator. That is another path that you can take, definitely if you're a programmer. There's many different paths. Now, for those who are really smart and just get bored with the hands-on and just want something to use their brain, but you don't like the same old, you could be a PLC programmer. You don't need to be an engineer to do that. A PLC programmer, basically, when a machine's new installed, right, this machine's making something. It can make toilet paper. It can make the beer like I talked about. It can make the shirt. A machine's doing this. But the machine cannot just do it. It needs to have saying, when I hit A, B, C, D needs to happen, and F, G, S, right? That needs to happen in certain progress. You will be that PLC programmer that through something called logic will make that process happen. That's PLC, it's logic. You have logic, ladder logic, structured text, and function blocks. Man, I'm telling you, if you are laid off, think about it. If you're older, this could be good for you, right? You don't have to really kill yourself as a PLC programmer, but you need to learn it, right? You have to go to classes like PLC controls classes, which I can offer, by the way, for in my area, but I need at least 10 people who are interested in PLC training. I can give you from basic to all the way to expert because I have these wonderful vendors that I work with from South Carolina. So if you're interested, let me know. But I'm just saying, PLC programmers, that is another job that you can take. Now, I'm just talking about the electrical world. There's other jobs that are in the trades. You don't have to be that. You could be a roofer, right? You can be a bricklayer. You can be many different things. Carpentry, I'm telling you, carpenters, they still impress me today. They make something out of nothing out of wood. And welders, my gosh. Man, you're some of the roughest people out there, which is good. Nothing wrong with being a roughneck. But welders make good money too, but it's hot. It's very hot. By the way, you probably didn't know this, but electricians, we have welders too. We have welders. But that's a different task. If you're looking for a job, do not threat. Do not be sad. Man, if you need help, just contact me, TechTrainSolutions.com, and look at our website. And if you need any assistance, any way to look at it, let me know. I can try to help you out. I'm also good at interviewing skills and public speaking. Now, I keep applying yes, and no one's responding back, so I assume it almost feels like it's like spam, right? LinkedIn's getting on my nerves, so either you want the stuff or not. I sent it out. Hey, I'm willing. Let's have a conversation. No one responds. So nobody going to on the horse there. But this is what I'm saying. There's plenty of work for you to do if you're a dead-end job, or let's say you don't think you're smart enough, right? I get that a lot. Oh, I'm not smart enough for the trades. Yeah, you are. The thing is, you think you're dumb. You're not. You're just not finding your niche. Great thing is, when I first started working in my life, I thought I was an idiot. I thought I was stupid, because I didn't know. I didn't know how to study. I didn't know how to read. Write. I knew how to read, but I didn't know how to comprehend at the time. Philadelphia School District was horrible back in the day, but I thought it was stupid. But I wasn't. I realized when I went in the Army, cleared my head, reset, then met my wife, had to become an electrician. Then I started realizing I'm not dumb. I'm smarter than I think I am. I thought I'm smarter. And next thing you know, I go work at Kimberly-Clark. Great place to work. I learned a lot in that place. Great toilet paper, by the way, Scott 1000. I was there working with no experience, right? So if I was a dumb butt with no experience and a year later, I can fix machines less than an hour. Nah, not an idiot. But I thought I was. For those kids who feel they're like an idiot and they can't pick things up, you might be in the wrong spot. You might have to figure out what your next path is because it might be out there. Trades, buddy. Trades. And if you're not a trades person, think of something cool for you, man. But that's the different jobs as electrical technician that you have out there, amongst other type of jobs. Now, there's other avenues. You have HVAC, which I forgot to think about, because HVAC, we got to keep our stuff cool, right? My oil heat at home, I'll be honest with you, I don't really want to work on it. I have no urge to work with it. So I hire someone else because I have no urge. I'll do my own plumbing, but I will not touch HVAC, even AC, because I don't want nothing to do with the Freon. They do a damn good job. They figure stuff out. Like I just had my Uniter go, second time. And I'm like, I looked at it. Everything looked good. He comes in. He's like, yeah, this is short out. I'm like, what? Yeah, I just tested it. Then he sees I got 120 volts somewhere. So I got to find that. So he comes in, and I didn't even know, by the way. I didn't even look for it. Because I'll be honest, if you're an electrician, you don't really touch your house. Now, my house is much better, but I still didn't finalize it to a beautifulness. But the thing is that I'm talking about is HVAC. That's your heating and cooling. That is a job option for you also. That's something you go into someone's house, you get them air. They, oh, thank you so much. Or it's cold out, you get them heat. Oh, you saved us. You could be that person in HVAC, heating and cooling. That is another path. Yeah, there's other trades out there, but they are the ones in my head at the moment. Now, let's talk about one more thing. Let's talk about Friday at 3 p.m. Have you ever been like on a Friday, 3 p.m., foreman's walking up with his head shaking, and you're like, oh, this ain't good. And you know on the list that you are the first for overtime mandatory. You know it. You know you're the person. And you try to sneak out. And it's like, whoa, stop right there. It grabs everybody. It's like, yeah, just let you know, we just got a service call, and I need one of you guys to take it. And we're all looking at each other, just the stares, like you're just a war veteran. You just lost, like, oh no. You're looking at each other like, I don't want this. I don't want this. I want to go home. Man, my wife's waiting at home. We're going to go out to eat. Oh, man. And then it's you. Everybody looks at you and go, sorry, dude. You're least seniority. You got to work it. So you're forced, man. You're forced. You got to work on a Friday at 3 p.m. while everybody's having fun. You just had plans, but shoot those plans in the foot. Even as an apprentice, you'll get forced in overtime when you don't want it. It is what it is. You just got to go with the flow, right? Just go with the flow. So it's 37 minutes into this. I want to say thank you. Now, let's talk about some catchphrases that I've been building, right? Let me work on these. Professional electricians, questionable decisions. If it ain't sparking, we probably did okay. Surviving one bad decision at a time. In trades, confidence and panic look exactly the same. I've been there. I've been there where I'm like I'm very confident, but when something happens bad, I just same face. That way the homeowner doesn't know that, oh crap, we're about to blow up, figuratively. Even at Kimberly Clark, I'm like, uh-oh, we're about to blow up. But doesn't look like it. Oh, everything's fine. We'll get it working at this time. Yeah, that something's gonna happen. So if you've never embarrassed yourself on a job site, you probably forgot about it. And if you haven't forgot about it and you haven't done it, you got lucky. So all I need you to do is drop your funniest trade stories in the comment for the next episode. And I would love to have someone join this podcast and let's talk about your career. If you're laid off from AI, I would like to know what you did and what your interests are. So next podcast, come on. I get the Google Meetup, and that way we can talk. Now, this is Sean from TechTrain Solutions here to tell you about our 8-week boot camp in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. It starts June 23rd. Now, if I don't have enough people, I'm going to have to push that. But ultimately, June 23rd, it's night school, Tuesday to Thursday, 6 to 9. It is a heavy, very intense training to get you from no knowledge to very, very proficient in supporting outlet switches, three-way single poles, your future job for electrical contractor, as instead of that contractor training you from scratch, you'd be jumping in there, doing stuff. They're like, I don't have to babysit. As electrical contracting and babysitting is a pain in the butt. So here at TechTrain Solutions, why waste your time? We can make them better. So there's more out there for those industrial companies looking for someone like me who can fix your machines. Contact us in the Delaware County area. We can fix your machines. I have 3, very high speed, very knowledgeable. We would fix our machines so complicated that people would call us to come fix it, or call us at night begging us to tell them how to fix it. So we at TechTrain Solutions can fix your machines, or we can help train your guys on how to fix the machines. So again, this is Sean from TechTrain Solutions. Thank you for watching my podcast, and I'll see you later. Oh, yeah.